Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe, and you're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you all appear before me this morning, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you doubt your case or the state attorney's office against you. If they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. You're also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to place that phone call yet, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call this morning. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded. There is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say, so anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court this morning will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down as I call your name. Please come forward to the podium. Roxanne Nelson. Ms. Nelson, can I have your date of birth?
6/22/59.
You were here this morning for a trespass. I did find probable cause for your arrest. State your prior record.
Just to withhold for petty theft in 2009, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and take care of this case today and take a time-served disposition?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You don't want to take care of it today?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You want to take care of it today and just get time served for the 2 days that you have in?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you understand by taking a plea today, you're giving up your right to go to trial? Talk to me. Oh, you can't hear?
I can't hear good.
Okay.
I need to hear my aid.
How's that? Is that better?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want to take care of your case today with 2 days credit for time served?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you understand that that means you're not going to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that means that you're not confronting witnesses against you, you're not going to call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're going to give up your right to do all of that in order to take care of this case today. You want to go ahead and do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to this trespass charge, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I'll give you an adjudication of guilt, 2 days Hernando County Jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You're going to have fines and court costs in the amount of $503, okay? When you do get out of jail, you want to make your way down to the clerk of court and make payment arrangements for that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, I've got to do coin for the 2 days. Coin for 2 days. Do Brian Niles. Date of birth?
8/23/89.
You were here this morning for possession of methamphetamine and knowingly drive while your license is suspended or revoked. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? You're going to hire somebody, or do you want to hire somebody?
Public defender.
Appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You have some cases pending right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Who are you supposed to meet with?
I want to say Toner.
Over today? Okay. The date that we have on here, April 23rd, is that just summer date?
Yes.
Okay.
So both these cases be on the same day? No?
Well, you're in front of the Toner today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what you're going to do is I'm going to give the date that they have on here, the April 23rd. When you go upstairs, you need to inform your public defender of what date I gave you. And when they continue your court date from today, we try to make sure we get them all on the same date, even if they have to change this date. But we'll make sure that they all get on the same date. What are your pending charges?
Grand Theft Auto
Okay.
and FTA.
Do we have a case number for that?
Yes, Your Honor. If I may, it's 2018 CF 0270.
0270.
Yes, Your Honor. And if I may,
He was out on bond on that?
he was out on bond. He was arrested on the 1st of February. He bonded out for $500 on the 2nd. He failed to appear at arraignment on 2/26. He was arrested on the KPS on 2/28. He bonded out again for $5,000 on 3/2. He picked up this new charge. He was last released from prison in November 2017.
Okay. All right, Mr. Nance, I'm going to go ahead and give you a bond on these new cases. You're entitled to bond on these. I'm going to set the bond at $5,000 each. However, on case number 2018 CF0270, I'm going to recommit you because there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you were out on bond. And based on that, we can hold you in custody until you resolve that case, okay? You're not going to be entitled to bond on that case in order to revoke it. I'm going to set the cases for April 23rd, so let them know in Judge Toner's courtroom that that's what you
And so what do I have to do to get my bonds back? I
need to talk to Judge Toner about that.
Sure.
Katrina Secor. Hi, Ms. Secor, can I have your date of birth?
5/13/87.
You are here today for possession of paraphernalia. The bond is currently $1,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Does she have a prior record?
Yes, Your Honor. There was a guilty for grand theft in 2016 and a failure to appear in 2014.
Is there a disposition for her to resolve it today?
For the FTA, no, but for the grand theft, it was a guilty conviction.
Right, I mean, for her to resolve this case.
Oh, for today? Let me see.
I'm sorry, I probably misspoke.
I misheard you, Your Honor. So 5 days.
Okay, Ms. Secor, if you want to resolve your case today, the state is looking for 5 days for Nana County Jail and give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. So you have a couple of days left to do. Do you want to go ahead and resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you understand by resolving this case today, you're giving up right to go to trial,
Yes, ma'am.
giving up your right to call witnesses on your own behalf, giving up your right to have the state prove that you committed this crime. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with regard to the possession of paraphernalia, how do you plead? You plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty, send you to 5 days for Nana County Jail. I'm going to give you credit for time served for the 2 days that you have in. You'll have fines and court costs in the amount of $518. You need to make payment arrangements with the clerk of court when you get out, and you're also going to have the cost of incarceration assessed against you, okay?
Okay.
That'll resolve your case. Lori Thornton.
Judge, the alleged victim is present in court.
I know, thank you. Can you hear me okay? What is your date of birth?
7/26/62.
All right, you were here this morning for a domestic battery. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want to represent yourself, hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office? Do you want a public defender?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State that you have a prior record.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Corsko, did you want to say anything, or? Okay, you don't, come up here. Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Swear from testimony before the court be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down. What would you like to say?
I got a order to come home. It's the first time. We've been together over a year. We've never really had fought. She come up 6-8 weeks ago. She fell and hit her head, got her adrenaline, had a concussion, and since then it's like our second argument in over a year. And
Okay.
then press for you, bring it up, or come home.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, just really quickly about domestic issues. I know the victim was arrested for battery on the 27th of February of this year. I don't know if the case was fully prosecuted, but he was arrested.
As the other argument that we had, Your Honor.
If you've been arrested for something, you might not want to make any statements about that.
Well, because the state's already probably charged you
Okay.
there with the 911 tape. It's just, since you said her head and had that concussion, and she began these little mood swings, and it's been dead over a year, and no problems at all.
Right. Well.
Neither one was at any charges. Just
Okay.
reasonably. I mean,
You both have charges
you
now.
get
Okay.
evaluated, maybe or something for the
All right.
swings is all.
You guys live on Melbourne Street? In
Yes,
Brooklyn?
sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, you can go back and sit down. Thank you. Miss Thornton, do you have someplace else you can go?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
What's wrong?
Can you hear me? Oh. Do you have someplace else you can live? Someplace else you can go?
I have nowhere to go, ma'am. Your Honor. I don't know anybody around here.
Sir, you better stop talking because I'm about to ask what happened to her face. Get out of my courtroom. Get out of my courtroom right now. Go. All right. Ma'am, you need to go somewhere else. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Mr. Corsico, okay? You need to find someplace else to go. They can give you some information there about some shelters that you might be able to take advantage of at this time if that's the case, okay? I'm going to give you a bond of $50 because the statute says I have to give you a bond for a domestic battery case. The statute also says I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today, so you need to be there until 4. At 4 o'clock, you have been bond out for the $50. You can make a phone call who you need to get that together, and then get whatever information you can there about other places that you can go that are not at 16155 Melbourne Street. If you go back to that address, or if you have any contact with Mr. Corsico whatsoever, you could be committing another crime and held in jail without bond, okay? So don't do that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, appointed the Public Defender's Office. We're going to see you back on April 18th at 9 a.m., okay?
May I ask something, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
I have to get my dog and my medicine.
Okay. You
With
can
my-
go
the
back to
trolley.
the residence one
My
time, but
phone.
it's got to be with law enforcement, okay? You make sure that law enforcement is there with you. And ma'am, I'm saying that for your benefit at this point. You want to make sure that they are with you when you go back there, okay?
Okay, yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Thank you.
William DeBello.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
April 27, 1987.
You were here today for a battery. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Please.
Did you say public defender?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. State supervisor?
No history, Your Honor.
I have an address here on Coachman Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Are you at
Okay, don't get so close to the microphone. Do you live on Coachman Road in Spring Hill?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
Approximately 6 months.
All right. Do you have a job?
Not currently.
Okay. No prior records, so go ahead and set your bond at $500. I'm going to see you back to court April 18th. I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim in this case, Mr. Fink, okay? Do not have any contact with him whatsoever.
Understood.
Okay? All right, we'll see you
Yes.
back April 18th. Michael Ebert.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
1/17/74.
You are here this morning for possession of methamphetamine. The bond is currently $2,000. Possession of drug paraphernalia. The bond is currently $1,000. What is the 790? Do you guys know? 790.23. You also have a concealed handcuff key and a resisting an officer. What was the second?
I believe it's a possession of weapon by felon, Your Honor.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, the ninth, right. Okay. All right. There's probable cause for your arrest on each of these 5 charges. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
Public defender, please.
Appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay, does he have a prior record?
Yes, Your Honor. Guilty of possession of medicinal drug without prescription in 2017. Guilty of petty theft in 2014. Guilty dealing in stolen property 2013. Guilty criminal mischief in 2011. Guilty of violation of an injunction in 2011. Guilty of another violation of an injunction in 2009. And guilty of battery in 2002 and burglary in 2002.
Mr. Eberts, I have an address here on Gatewood Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
For 25 years, I guess.
Okay, do you have a job?
Not this time, no.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep all your bonds the same at this time. 2,000, 1,000, 10,000, 2,000, 1,000. We're going to see you back to court on April 23rd at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Terry Horner. Mr. Horner, can I have your date of birth?
2/1981.
You were here this morning for a possession of controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. I did find probable cause for your arrest on those. Do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you currently have the public defender in your other case?
Yeah, Kane.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep those bonds the same at 2,000 and 1,000. We're going to see you back to court back in front of Judge Merritt on April 17th at 9 a.m. on that. You're also here for a violation of probation. There's no bond on that. I did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to keep that at no bond. Appoint the public defender's office, and we'll see you back on April 17th, okay?
Yep.
William Martian. Or Marchand. Can I have your date of birth?
11/08/83.
Okay, you are here this morning for a battery charge. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want the public defender's office?
I'll run with the public defender's office, ma'am.
The public defender's office. Date, did you hire?
Yes, Your Honor. Guilty for resisting an officer in 2017. Guilty for battery and resisting an officer again in 2016. DUI in 2013. Disorderly intox in 2012. Guilty for possession of cocaine. Sale of cocaine. Possession of controlled substance in 2006. And a withhold for grand theft in 2004. As well as withhold for possession of marijuana and possession of alprazolam in 2004.
Gotcha. All right, sir, I have an address for you on McGee Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
I lived there since I was 19 years old. I was sent on a mission from my grandfather, but he passed away, so I came back from Key West. And I've been trying to get back somewhere ever since November.
That's a lot of information. Do you have a job?
Yep, I own a company.
What kind of
It's
company?
just struggling right now.
What kind of work do you do?
Clothing.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Rodney Barlow. I'm going to see you back to court on April 18th, okay?
Yes, ma'am. God bless.
Brandon Sion? Mr. How do you say it? Sion? Sion. What's your date of birth?
Yeah. June 5th, 1992.
All right, you're here this morning for a felony domestic battery by strangulation and a domestic battery. There's no bond on either one of those. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office?
Yeah.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State to see for prior records.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I have an address for you on Mingo Drive in Land O'Lakes. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
4 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I work for Arby's.
All right. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000 each. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Ms. Smith wants to file an injunction against you. If she does file an injunction against you, I want to read it very carefully. It be very specific as to how many feet you need to stay away from her, her vehicle, her home, or anywhere else where she may frequent. You're to have no contact with her whatsoever. I'm ordering you not to have any contact with Clarissa Smith. Do not call her. Do not write her. Do not email her. Do not have anyone else call her, write her, or email her. If you have any contact with Ms. Smith while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means even if she calls you, you should hang up the phone. If you see her out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. We're going to see you back to court on this case on April 23rd at 8:30 in the morning.
All right.
Gary Simmons. Mr. Simmons, can I have your date of birth?
9673.
Okay, you were here today for a violation of probation out of Indian River. There is probable
ma'am.
cause for your arrest, and they want you to have no bond until they come get you. So I'm going to hold you no bond. They usually come get you within the next 5 days. If for some reason they don't come get you within the next 5 days, the folks there at the jail will bring you back in front of me, and we'll figure out what the holdup is, okay? But when you get down to
All right.
Indian River, you want to make sure you ask for a court date and ask for an attorney if you want one.
Okay.
Okay.
I never got a phone call yesterday to inform my family where I was at or anything.
Okay, well, make sure you get that phone call today as long as you're still there today, okay?
All right, thank
All
you.
right. Giorgio Mayfield. Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
05/14/97.
You were here this morning for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic battery by strangulation, and possession of marijuana. I did find probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Other defender.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State the supervisor record.
Yes, Your Honor. It's all juvenile history. I see a FTA in 2016, a guilty disposition for interference with the school, battery on an officer and resisting an officer without violence in 2015. It's also possession of marijuana conviction in 2015 and a battery conviction in 2014, as well as burglary of a structure, principal to attempted burglary of a conveyance, and another burglary of a structure withhold in 2010.
Okay. I have an address for you on Old Crystal River Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
21 years, going on May 14th.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Surplus.
I'm sorry?
Labor. Builder surplus.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at count number 1 at $5,000. Count number 2 is going to be $5,000. Count number 3 is going to be $500. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Kathy Camarena wants to file an injunction against you. If she does file an injunction against you, I'm going to make sure to read it very carefully. It'll be very specific as to how many feet you need to stay away. from her home, her vehicle, or anywhere else where she may frequent. I'm going to order that you have no contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not have anyone else call, write, or email. That means even if she tries to call you, if she calls you, you should hang up the phone. If you see her out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. If you have any contact with Kathy whatsoever, you can be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to see you back to court on these cases on April 23rd, okay?
All right.
All right. Did I get everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day.